you are writing your first two paragraphs, or not first two paragraphs, first two sections of the AI Tech Talks paper. And so I just want to let you guys know about some quick tips regarding the paper and then where to find everything. So I am on the learning modules piece of your course here. So as you can see, we've already passed week 2 and now we are in week 3. And so with that, I added the papers down here. We have 2 groups in class. Again, if you're not part of a group, please join one. This is group 1, and then also this is the link to group 2. Please also click this. I put my paper at the very top. Use this as a template because this is my sample paper. So when you click this, you actually will see my paper, and this is basically outlining what everything needs to look like. As you can see, I'm the only group member in here. One thing that I did want to focus on is you might have a group member or 2 or 3 who do not pull their weight. And it's important to remember that when you're in a group, you also must communicate. So I am also asking you guys if you can please make sure that you are sending a message to me. So whoever is in charge of completing the section that week, make sure that they email me and your group on Canvas. And so your group can actually email each other. If you're in group 1, I have a drop down that has all the group 1 members. And so just click that and just let me know, hey, my name is such and such, and I'm working on the paper this week. And you guys, please just tell the people in your group, you guys, please chime in, look at me as I'm writing this because I want to make sure I'm on the right track. This is a group paper. So the person whose name is over here, that person is going to write that section. However, you do also need to support that person as well by providing resources, by providing encouragement, motivation, because sometimes it gets hard, especially in the review of the literature. That's going to get a little bit hard and tricky next week. So in preparation for that, I do have the librarian coming in tomorrow, which is Thursday, and he will be in a Zoom session, and I sent the link to you guys, but please make sure that you ask questions or have at least 1 or 2 people attending that session tomorrow because he's taking his time to be here, and I want to make sure people are here from our courses. All right, so let's talk about what to do this week. So this week we have about the technology, and we also have communication theory. So at the very bottom of my sample paper, I create a sample for you. So I am actually talking about Grammarly, speaking of which your group will need to select a technology. I would look at the syllabus to see exactly which technology you want to focus on this semester. You can choose one of the Tech Talks technologies, or you can choose a AI technology that is not listed, but choose one. And first come, first serve. So go for it. Okay, so I included 5 different references from the databases, and yes, tomorrow the librarian is going to help us learn how to navigate those databases, the new ones, and we have 5 sources throughout the 4 paragraphs. And so this section for me was 4 paragraphs, but 5 sources. You also need to use 5 sources. So I would start trying to find sources from the library's databases. If you can't find any from the databases, please feel free to use a reputable source on the internet. If you have any questions about that, please let me know let me know that you have a question about what a reputable source is, and I will help you. Okay, so those are my paragraphs and the 5 sources weave throughout. And then I have the communication theory. What I want you to do is to select one of these theories, and I am going to the theories so you can see exactly the 4 that I am talking about. So we have social presence theory. That is basically how socially present is one person to another person. And so that is actually what I use for my theory. So you can look through what I wrote on my paper. But basically, I'm considering AI to be a kind of like a person, and so in regards to this theory. And so with that, we are comparing and contrasting what that looks like and how socially present a company can be, who uses AI, a company can be when communicating with its customers. So just very interesting. A social exchange basically means you give up a little bit and they give up a little, and then you are able to form a relationship. So I could have used that with Grammarly as well. You're giving up a little bit of your privacy, and they are giving up a little bit of their information as well, regarding the AI technology that they choose to use. And then an interaction adaptation theory, basically how you are how you are adapting to each interaction. So maybe an AI interaction versus an in-person interaction, depending on the technology that you choose. And then last but not least, we have, and to click that link to find more information about that, there is a PowerPoint. And then this is the high context and low context theory. So you do not have to do any extra research for this particular area. Basically, what I am wanting you to do is, if you chose social exchange theory, just make sure that you choose 2 of these 3 resources. If you chose social presence theory, choose these 2 resources. Interaction and adaptation, the resources are actually on that paper. And then also Hall and I should have another, are focused on the high context, low context theory. But basically with high context, low context, it's focused on a person from a high context culture, such as from a country like China or sometimes Japan, but China mostly. You're going to encounter people who value nonverbal, so value quiet situations, so they can focus on the nonverbal communication. But people like us in Germany, and like the US and Germany, we are from low context culture, so we talk a lot. And so how people can interact with different AI technologies to learn how to interact with someone from a high or low context culture if they're from the opposite. But then also you can focus on, which is interesting, how the AI that is created in a high context culture could be problematic when communicating with a culture from a low context setting. Okay, so that is the gist of the theory. So let's go back to the paper. If you have any questions about the theories, please let me know, but everything's there to be read, but I am here to help you interpret. Okay, so this is my 1 paragraph focused on the theories. I would prefer 1 paragraph. I chose Garrison and Dunlap Lowenthal in 2009, but basically the theory that I chose was social presence theory. So the more that you disclose to the AI, the more the AI is able to help you. So it's kind of like a give and take. And so that is what I talked about here. It's kind of scary, but just letting you know. All right, guys, that was a quick and very easy way of looking at the paper, the 2 sections that are due this week. I will have another video focused on the sections that are due next week, and we will rock and roll. All right, guys, have a great evening, and I will see you later.